money, abundance, and changing your frequency so that you can always have money, always have it coming in, always have what you need. I usually talk to people that just don't have it. They're always struggling. That's fine. You can still get something from this. But this is for people that actually have some money in the bank, but you are afraid to spend it because then you may not have enough for this. You may not have enough for that. Number one, if you are afraid to spend it, you're already creating blocks and you are in lack mentality, fear. It's the same thing as not even having it. If you are afraid to spend money and you actually have it in the bank, here's an example of what I've done for a while. Let's say you have $100. Let's just use basic round numbers, fake numbers. You have $100 and you're hungry. You want something to eat. My first thought is, okay, I want something to eat. I have some money in the bank. I'm going to think I want to eat something healthy. I'm past fast food. I'm better than that, right? So I want to eat something healthy. What do I want? First of all, think about what you truly desire and what you truly want to eat. Not based on what you think you can afford or can't afford. Because if you say, man, I want some, but man, I don't want to spend $30 on that already. You already know that's going to create a block. You're in lack mentality. That's not an abundant mindset. So I say, I want to eat something healthy. Okay, great. What do I really want? Let's say I want some pho, right? Something really light or whatever you consider healthy, right? I want to get some pho. You might get you some miso soup. You may get whatever. You may get you what they deem as protein, some extra protein in there, some tofu, whatever you do, and it comes up to $30. Now, for some people, $30 is a lot to spend on one meal. That right there is a mindset that you will have to change to become abundant, to say that you're worthy of that. So if your minimum is usually like $5, $7 for a meal, raise your minimum. That could be point number 2. Moving forward, raise your minimum. So if it rings up to $30, you can say things like, $30, that's nothing. That's a regular schmegular Tuesday. I spend $30 on food all the time. That's nothing. And here's the thing. When people think that there's something wrong with spending $30 on food, that right there's a mentality, lack mentality. Why? I can spend as much money as I want to because the universe, the world is full of money, is full of abundance. That's a whole other story. We're abundant. I can spend whatever I want. So raise your minimum. So let's say you have the $100 in your bank. You think you look on your menu online, it's like it's going to be $30, but that's really what I want. And the money's in there. Now it's different if you have a light bill that's due and it's like $7,500 and you just want to go spend all this money on a bunch of food that's unhealthy, just junk food. That's totally different. Pay your bill, of course, and then find another meal that's not as costly as the $30 or whatever it's going to be. But if you have the money, it's there. And if the first thought is, oh, that's a lot, I don't want to spend, this is what you do. It's $30, that's great. I'm worthy of $30. It's a nice meal. It's a nice healthy meal. I'm going to go ahead and do that because that's the food I truly want and need for my body. And I have the money. And the money's going to come back. It's going to circulate. I'm going to get more money back in return. And then this is how you live every single day. And this is what you do every single day. Whenever you have the money and then those lack frequency, lack mindset all starts to come forward, this is how you debunk that. It's just a mindset. Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. I have the money. I'm going to have more. If I have the money now, that means I'm going to have it again. $30 is not too much. That's the perfect amount for me because I'm worthy. I'm worthy of that kind of food. I'm worthy of good food. I'm worthy of $30. That is my new minimum. And some people, like I said, they have a minimum of $100 per meal a day, sometimes more than once. That's their minimum. That's like nothing to them. So you've got to get to the point in your life where set an amount for yourself. And it's not wasteful, especially if you're eating and drinking healthy foods, which is more costly than the regular food that's out there. And you just say to yourself, I deserve that. I'm worthy of that. And my new minimum is $30. Keep it there. Keep it there. I'm not saying that you're going to spend $30 on your food all the time, but whenever something rings up and it's around 30, oh, that's fine because 30 is my minimum. That's nothing. And I'm not saying that you have to say this to people in your space, but in your mindset, that's what you're thinking. That's what's coming out of your mouth, especially if you're by yourself. And that's what I would do to get to where I'm at, to where, for example, my minimum is $50. That's nothing on food, especially if I'm buying something for 2 days. Even if it's groceries, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a restaurant. It doesn't have to be a place that you stop and get food. Even if you buy groceries, like, ooh, it's going to come up to $50. Ooh, Lord. Set a minimum and stick to it. And whenever it's time for you to spend money, if there's fear, that's the work. That's where you need to put the work. Combat that fear by saying, I'm worthy of this. Oh, that's nothing. That's great. That's a really good price. Start saying that. Oh, $30, that's good. That's a really good deal. That's a really good deal. This is called stretching yourself. You want to stretch your money. You want to stretch your wallet. However you house your money, you want to stretch your bank accounts. You want it to be big. You want it to be bigger than it's ever been. Then you've got to stretch yourself. Raise that minimum. Raise the minimum. Some of you are barely keeping gas in your car. Raise the minimum to where my gas tank always stays full. When the gas prices were going crazy in 2020 for COVID, I have a video, I'll tag it somewhere up here, where I talk about how I kept my gas tank full. I raised the minimum to where my gas tank stays full, and to this day, I set that intention so much, my gas tank is always full. It just does. I'm not talking about like magically, like I always have money to fill my gas tank. Whenever it's time to fill it up, it's not just all I have is $10, so I have to go fourth of a tank or something like that. It's that when it's time for me to put gas in it, I always have the money I need to give it a full tank. If you need help with this, I got you. 31-day intentions, 31 different phrases and ways to speak to change your mindset on my website, iamdorian.com, on abundance and optimal health. I have them on various topics, but since I just spoke about eating healthy and choosing healthier options, tie them together. You can get the eating habits deck or the optimal health deck along with the abundance deck and any other ones that you think would be helpful for you in this season and for your life. 31-day intentions.